Hello fellow builders, it's great to have you back for another video from our Let's Play series, Twisted Dunes, on the Oasis map. I'm your builder, New Build Cities, NBC for short, and today I thought I would review the first two tiles of our city. Moving the industry to its new home and building out the residential areas have finally finished tile 1. 35,000 citizens in, and we had just finished tile 1. And now tile 1 and 2 are ready to be showcased. And I wanted to showcase them because I know some fellow mayors are trying to build the city along with me, so this should help fill in any gaps from the series episodes. Also, our NBC family has grown quite a bit over the last handful of episodes, of which I'm truly grateful for the new family members, so thank you and welcome. I thought I'd put together this video in case you didn't see the beginning of the city, and instead of watching a bunch of episodes, you could use this video to catch up. So let's hop to it, shall we? Let's go ahead and take a look at the first starter tile. It's kind of like in the bottom left corner of that first section. First, we'll start with the entrance to the city. We have here now a level 3 roundabout, but in the beginning it was a level 2, so it didn't have the slip lanes, and it worked really well for our city. And I really liked how the residential neighborhood turned out. We have multiple zoning styles in here: vanilla, self-sufficient, university city. And then we built our first high school. We spent a little bit of extra time on it with the plazas and the courts and stuff like that, just to make it a little bit nicer since it was our first one. Then we went ahead and built our first park, Natural Reserve Park. We carved out the river for it as well. Tucked behind our Natural Reserve Park is a strip mall that uses the local and organic produce for parking lots and the university city buildings. Then we added a nice roadway with a bridge traversing some stones that borders our European suburban area. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We have ourselves a nice commercial area with an elevated train station, some modern city buildings in here, as well as some of the local and organic produce for parking, plazas, university city again to kind of create a strip mall. And then we rise up into our European suburban neighborhood. We built another education complex in here. Really enjoy how the European suburbia sprawls up into the hillside. And we built our first water feature, this beautiful waterfall that cuts through our Natural Reserve Park. It also cuts down through this European suburban and European high density area. And we have a nice pronounced apartment building complex raised up on the quays here. It really stands out and looks gorgeous. And that was our first starting tile. Now let's go ahead and take a look at tile number 2, which is to the right of tile number 1. Tile number 2 continues the European suburban theme up into the hills. We carved out a nice train line that runs on a double quay as a retaining wall. And I really like the high density European buildings. They got some nice central plazas and squares within them. They look like really great places to live. I love the main roads in this area. They're not zoned on. They got fencing. They kind of wind and twist and go up and down. It just looks beautiful to drive on. And then we built our first commercial area with a town center using a lot of the European high density buildings. It's got a really nice town square with a statue in the center, and the city hall is one of its main features. There's a lot of padding in this area as well, moving people from bus stops to the train station, so there's a lot of foot traffic, which really looks really nice. And we have multi-platform train station that's bringing people in from the outside, as well as moving citizens within the city. And then we built a vanilla style district area. Pretty nice high school. We used a larger high school, once again made it a little bit more substantial, some more high density, kind of a brickish theme in this area. Light density kind of tucked up into the rocks and hills. And then we created a beautiful gated community with the toll booths as the gate, a nice little lake in the center, using a mix of different assets and different zoning, as well as using university campus buildings from our campus DLC. And we connected all this to the highway using a dumbbell interchange. We used a 2-lane American bridge, create a double archway across the interchange, and that looks really nice. And then we had this experiment with the keys, stacking them up on top of each other to create a layered retention wall. And And I'll do one more pass just so you get a nice shot of the area. And there's the whole area in one screenshot. And thank you very much for watching. I hope this episode fills in any gaps that you might have had, as well as maybe got you up to speed in case you missed some of the earlier episodes. I wish you the best and brightest success in your cities, and as always, happy building.